All right, what is up, guys? This
Hello.
is the third and final. Well, maybe we might have some time in the Farnsworth house, but
Yeah.
as of now, this is the third investigation in Gettysburg Night 1.
And this is the one I'm really nervous for.
We were pretty freaking nervous about this one.
Yeah.
This is a haunted objects museum. It's got a lot of spooky stuff in there. There's a dark objects room. To be honest, we're not really sure how much we're gonna mess with the dark objects room. That's kind of not our style, but we might at least step foot in there, put some equipment in and a camera or something.
We almost have to.
We got to go in for a second at least. But
Yeah.
luckily we've got our trusty guides going to be in the building with us in case anything freaky happens. But so far it's been a pretty crazy night. Have a lot of weird experiences. Gettysburg is super active.
Yeah, for sure. There has been something everywhere.
Yeah, and different stuff everywhere. Different feelings, different vibes. So, yeah. So I guess here goes nothing. Jesus Christ.
I'm nervous.
No, I'm not doing Estes method in here.
You're not gonna do it?
Not here.
Why not?
I don't. There's something about. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Something about objects being haunted freaks me out more than buildings or locations because
There's a lot of things that are attached to those objects.
Yeah,
There
so,
are
like-
more in the buildings than just one person in the building.
yeah, exactly. And it's like a multitude of things. The fact that it can attach to an object makes me worried about what
You
else it
can
can attach.
attach to something else.
Yeah. So and I don't even like to talk about it because I don't like you
Right.
say it and I like
Yeah.
that. But like so that's the part that freaks me out the most. All right. I don't know if you want to lead the way or what. I don't know.
I'll lead the way. All right.
All right, guys.
Hold on, I want to be in the middle.
You want to be in the middle? No
I need a
problem.
Lexi sandwich in this location.
We always say Lexi sandwich.
Like, Nick goes in front and then my husband goes in back and I'm in the middle because I get scooped.
All right. What do you want to go first?
Oh, I don't know.
We're not going in the dark room yet.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go to the GPS.
So that's the one, huh?
The dark room's that one way back there.
Okay.
Cool.
Behind the curtain.
So don't touch anything, please.
Okay.
There's only one. You can actually touch one thing in here.
Okay.
And it's right there. The Mumford Farm invitation board.
I will not be doing
Yeah,
that.
we won't be touching
With
anything.
peace
We'll
and
probably
love.
just sit on the ground.
Okay.
So here's what I think we'll do. We'll set this down. Maybe we
Is
set
the rug
up.
haunted?
Is the rug haunted?
No, that's a legitimate question.
It might
I'm
be.
standing on.
I mean, we are in the house of a lot of haunted objects. So,
Yeah. The dark room.
You want to? The dark room's
I'm gonna point this in there just so it's recording the dark room, and then we'll sit in there and do some stuff.
The curtains is the dark room. All right.
Oh, in there.
Oh.
In there. Yeah.
Okay. Does the
So-
curtain like fully open? So like, can I put something on the ground?
Try to jimmy it.
Oh, you don't. If it's a pain, you don't even have to come in here if you don't want to. Lex.
That should hold for a little bit.
Okay. There's like a place in here. Okay. Maybe we'll just put it on the ground here or back here.
I think you put it on the ground. Don't put it on anything, Nick. Put it on the ground.
Put it like
Don't let your butt touch anything.
And then, she's loving it. And then I'll grab like some cat balls and stuff and put it down, and
I
then
have
we'll
some
just
in my
investigate
pocket.
in the other room.
Here.
Wait, I can't even see, dude.
I can't see nothing either.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's okay. At least we got light.
That's true.
There.
Nice spot. Nice spot.
I like to put it in green. So that way
Yeah,
it
so
doesn't-
it doesn't want to move as easy.
Exactly. So we'll do that. All right, we will get out of this room for now, and just let it do its thing.
Good lord.
Good freaking lord.
I'm scared.
I mean, I can just run it real quick to you what's everything.
Yeah,
now.
sure, yeah.
The Curry Schoolhouse picture of back in the day. That's where we're going to be going tomorrow.
Sick.
All right. Ivan the Terrible. That's our mascot. We got him off Saxon Bridge.
Oh, he was showing us earlier on that on the book. Is that what that
that's,
is?
That's Ivan. Yeah.
Okay.
That was.
Wow.
We got that like 12 years ago, and it was actually just an orb.
Okay.
But we enhanced it and got it, zoomed it up, and that's what we saw inside the orb.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Creepy stuff. Mumford Farm invitation board. That's what they did. Was they took the barn doors off and they put them on hay bales and they just sawed away.
Wow.
If you look
Wow.
closely, you can see the saw marks. You can see that the darkness stains aren't stained as blood, and it's seeped into it. That window right there, that piece of wood right there, it's got nails, and that's the frame of the Mumford Farm. That window they threw the invitations out of.
Mhm.
That was part of the window. The keyboard, the typewriter, it was from the widow's cottage. It was in the basement. we moved it. We were doing an investigation, and we moved it to the shelf. There was another. It was sitting on the shelf in the basement, and we moved it over a little bit more.
Mhm.
The next day, it was right in the same spot where it was not supposed to be.
No way.
Wow.
So we've actually seen things getting typed out on that,
Oh wow.
and it's so old. I don't understand why. Because the
Yeah.
ink should be, the ribbon should be completely dried out, but there's actually words coming out on that, and it's once in a while.
Jeez.
And that's about it in here. Besides the Bricker House key, that's the
Oh God. The
at
damn.
least called it,
Yeah, jeez.
and that's the only piece you're allowed to touch too. So you did all right.
You did say that too. That's actually kind of funny. He was like, "That the only piece you can touch in here is that one." So
Yeah.
Where's the Bricker King? That's the house that I want burned down. That's the house that moved on. That's a skeleton
That's
key.
crazy.
Yeah, that was creepy.
so what was that? The
Bricker House key.
oh yeah, we won't be touching any of that
Yeah,
stuff.
don't touch that.
No, no.
The only thing is microphone.
Okay,
You're allowed to touch that. And if you do, close your eyes. Okay. And
we're not going to touch anything.
okay.
You're like you can see stuff.
Yeah, it's people when they close their eyes, they think they can feel the amputations happening. They can feel the numbness. They can,
Oh hell no.
they can get dizzy sometimes. I don't feel nothing when I close my eyes and touch it.
Mhm.
But I'm not sensitive like that.
Yeah. Jam.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Gorgeous.
All right, guys, we are chilling in the Haunted Object Museum right now.
I actually feel okay in this room.
Yeah, this room's interesting. I don't know, we're just gonna vibe out. We're gonna put out some equipment. Basically, we've been instructed not to touch anything. We're
And
following
we
those
will.
instructions. We will not touch anything. We operate with peace and love here. We don't want to disrespect any spirits here or any objects here. So we're just kind of here to just document what happens and see if anything here wants to tell us its story.
Yeah.
There is a little girl, it's like doll, that's supposed to be somewhere in the building that likes to kind of run around and participate. So that would be kind of cool to talk to her, maybe.
Yep, and we actually brought you a teddy bear. If
Yep.
you touch it, it will go off. I'll show you in a minute. It will go off. And we would love for you to touch that. You'd be the first person to touch it.
Yep.
Oh,
I will say that Mel is starting off at a 0.6.
which I think just makes like our experience at Farnsworth like
Crazy. It is kind of interesting because it's like, what?
it
0.7.
It was at an 8.
So if there's anybody here that would like to just talk to us with peace and love, we are just here to learn about you and tell your story or tell anything that you want to communicate to the rest of the world. We mean nothing but peace and love. We understand that you probably love a lot of these objects in here and that you are attached to them because they mean a lot to you, and we don't mean any disrespect. We're not going to mess with any of them. But Lexi's really tired. We've had a long weekend.
Sorry.
You're good. So this is at a 0.1 now. You know what I'm gonna do? We have enough REM stuff going on. I'm just gonna take that off because I just want to use the milligauss. I want to see if when I moved it back, it went right up to 2, 3.
Maybe it's because it's closer to the object.
0.5 on the millimeter. Interesting
It's cold
stuff.
up here. I mean,
They do have AC on, but yeah, you can. It is pretty.
got my drink.
It is pretty cold, guys. This has been an intense night so far.
Yeah, I feel like weirdly drained, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, the last place was pretty draining. We're at a 0.5 on this.
so I guess just with peace and love, we're asking you if you can please come and touch our equipment here. Oh, I don't have my phone.
You know,
Can we go downstairs and get my phone in my jacket? I'm sorry. We can leave all of this up here.
0.6. Yeah, just
Because we need the apps.
okay. That's a steady 0.5 on that millimeter, which is interesting. He was telling us about a lot of cool 0.6. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. A lot of crazy stuff, honestly. Typewriter behind us that types on its own sometimes. There's a interesting chest here.
Actually, I don't. Did he say what?
He didn't say much about the chest, but there's a lot of stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a board over here that was used for amputations,
Yeah.
which is sad. A lot of sad stuff in here. There's a base reading of 0.5 to 0.6, which is kind of nuts. We're turning on some of our phone apps really quick. Spirit Talker is about to go on. All right. So with peace and love, if there's anybody here, could you come touch the antenna on this device right here? Just make some cool noise and stuff. It just helps indicate to us that you are here with us, so we know that, you know, we're talking to someone and we're not just talking to thin air, because for some reason we can't hear you or see you most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's starting to drop some.
Eric.
Are you here with us, Eric? If you are, could you touch the antenna by that light just for confirmation so we know we're speaking with you? There's probably a lot of people in here.
Mm-hmm.
Went back up to a 0.6. That's interesting. I'm gonna just 0.8 when I picked it up. 0.7. 0.2. So it seems like when you come over here, this is where the energy is. And he said that item's pretty haunted. Mm-hmm. I mean, all these items are very haunted, yeah. But he said that item specifically, he's not really a fan of himself.
I know.
They know he's not a fan of it. He works here, so they're very familiar with him. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us that you know. Yeah, so we're going to put on the Ghost Tube Seer. Going on, well, bless you.
Well, don't you know when you say bless you to somebody who hasn't sneezed, it takes it away?
I'm sorry. I stole Lexi's sneeze. Now you passed me your yawn, dude. Okay.
Swag.
I'm just going to hold on to this one right here. Oh, instantly a room. Interesting. Interesting.
Wait.
Instantly we got something on Seer. Yeah. Give it a second. It's going to say the picture. It's almost like a man sitting there reading. Looks like a person, but it's kind of still trying to shape this.
Angel hierarchy.
Angel hierarchy. Interesting.
Okay.
We've never got anything like that on there. This picture is going to finish and save, and we'll insert it into the video, but that's really interesting. We've never heard anything like angel hierarchy on there, and that was really, really quick. To get a picture on Seer. So was that you, Eric, that we just saw in that picture?
Should we do a DR60?
Yeah. All right, so I have a recorder in my hand right here. I'm going to press play in a minute, and I'm just going to kind of give you the floor and let you see if you want to say anything. And then after that, I'll probably ask some questions. But for now, I'm just going to press go. So 3, 2, 1. Let us know what you have to say.
Picture.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's interesting because we just got the picture, huh?
Yeah.
We just got that picture and then it said picture. All right, let's listen back. I heard like a tap over there or something. But that was... All right, let's see what it says. There was a little something at the beginning. I'll let it finish, and then you hear us freak out over the picture. It's pretty interesting, though, because we got a pic. Honestly,
we asked if that was you in that picture.
And we did ask if it was him in the picture. And what's pretty interesting is sometimes we'll turn the Seer on the whole night, and not a damn picture comes.
Yep.
Not a single picture. We've used it twice now, as far as like nights investigating. Like we've used it some of the night, and it didn't even show a picture the whole time when we were in the other house. So that's kind of interesting. Especially, it was looking.
Earthgang.
Earthgang. What does that mean? We've gotten a couple words tonight that I don't even know what that means.
Maybe you should Google. I have a feeling you should Google
another picture.
That.
There's another picture.
What is that? Oh wow. Like sitting on a sofa?
Looks like a
library.
It looks like a library? Interesting.
Look above.
Look above. Interesting. We have a picture loading on the Seer that kind of looks like a distorted, like someone sitting in a couch in a library. which is kind of interesting.
Like it looks like maybe from
Doris.
Doris. Okay, now this is just like popping off.
Yeah, this kind of was not going super hard at the other locations.
That's 0.
It was kind of odd. The only thing that was really prominent in there was you could tell the backdrop was like a library, which is interesting. I wonder if is that a book? No, it's a piece of wood. I wonder if there's like a book.
A typewriter.
There's a typewriter there, which is a
library.
invitation board, silver tray.
Liam.
Yeah.
Man, that thing is just going off.
That is on a book though.
Oh, that is on the cover.
And it said "Look up."
Oh, true. That is on the
And
cover
that's
of their book downstairs. There's a picture
that they caught
of an orb. That's interesting.
0.2.
0.2. I got a little chill there. Not like the normal cold, like a little bit of a. That's interesting. I kind of just like want to let this develop for a second because I feel like we're gonna get like a couple more pictures. I think it's trying.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a relatively new device.
Yeah.
Here. So essentially, you can kind of use a word bank in there, and what this technology does is actually, instead of giving us the words that you pick in it, it gives us an image so that you could say a few different words to create a more thorough image of what you're trying to show us.
I know it's probably pretty weird to look at and confusing because this is really futuristic technology. The year is 2023
Nancy.
for us. Nancy. So many names.
I just know. Something just touched me.
Really? Where?
On my leg.
You okay? No, do you want to leave for a sec?
I don't know.
What do you think?
Not like it was different. It was weird.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
I don't know how to describe it. It was like, you know, like the pins and needles that you get.
Mm.
It was like
That hard?
I would say a little bit less.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't necessarily. Maybe it was just like a weird pain that I got.
Yeah, maybe. Is there anybody here with us right now? If there is, could you please tell me your name into this silver device in my hand? It will not hurt you. Do you know what my name is?
Mike.
Is your name Mike? If so, could you say yes into the recorder in my hand? Alright, so while we were doing the DR60, we got an interesting picture of like clouds and like almost like a dreamy...
Like a nighttime sky.
A nighttime sky, like dreamy. That's an interesting... So we're going to play this back.
Is there anybody here with us right now? Could you please tell me your name and this silver device? Not hurt you.
Lover.
What did it say?
Oh, it said something. It definitely... I asked for its name. It said something. Hold on.
Right now, could you please tell me your name and this silver device? Not hurt you.
Wait.
Is there anybody here with us right now? Could you please tell me your name and this silver device? Not hurt you.
Rest.
Do you know what my name is? Is your name Mike? If so, could you say yes into the recorder in my hand?
What does it say?
What the?
My name is. Is your name Mike? If so, could you say yes into the recorder in my hand?
I don't know. I almost didn't even hear it the second time. I don't know. That's weird.
Didn't it
We're
sound
friends.
like? Oh,
We're friends.
that's sweet.
Careful.
Mhm.
If you have nothing but good intentions, we don't mind being friends with you, especially while we're
maybe
here.
they're talking about Nancy.
Or
and Mike.
Nancy and Mike friends or lovers.
Wow. I almost like don't even know what to do.
I know. I'm a little overwhelmed by the whole night. It's been like crazy.
Yeah.
This whole town's nuts. I mean, it's the most haunted town in the world, probably. Definitely America.
Yeah.
So it's been like draining on us, guys. It's so draining. And we've already had a long week, like before we even came here. So this is like, these ones are difficult.
Yeah.
It's interesting too, and like you said, it's like a little disorienting too. Not just because of the experience we had at the apartment, but just because like there's so much f***ing energy
Jeff.
everywhere.
Second time we got Jeff tonight too. But yeah, no, it's really odd.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of repeat names. We got Ryan like 3 or 4 times, Jeff twice. But it makes sense, and it's mostly only guy names. Nancy's one of the first female names we got.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe one other one, but like it's mainly been men, which kind of makes sense because it was most of the people who would have passed away here would have been men from the battle.
Yeah.
Our millimeter's been like hovering from like a 4 to a
freezing.
5. Yeah, I got really cold right then too, but the AC has kind of been. I can feel it right there. It's really cold right here.
Could be from the wind.
Yeah, we could have just got a little bit of a draft, but. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You're rocking back and forth.
I'm fine.
Comfort rock?
No, I think I'm just like,
Drained?
yeah, I feel like, oh, I just got a little like wobbly. I'm like not sure how to
Approach
operate in here.
I bet
And I
you.
think that we're like out of our depths.
I just think what it probably is since you're sensitive, there's a lot of different type of energy here with all the items. So it's kind of like
I almost feel like I want to be like
confusing your senses.
I'm like overstimulated.
Yeah,
but
you're
nothing's happening.
Yeah, it's like an overstimulation of like unseen energy. That makes total sense because especially because you're sensitive. So you're like, you just have like this feeling that you can feel a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm okay without that.
I feel very like, what was that?
I don't know if I heard anything, but I felt for a second like someone was looking at us.
Honestly,
13.
There's probably at least 13 people here.
I kind of feel like I might pass out.
Really?
If I'm being honest with
Do you want to go for a minute? We can go. We can go sit outside for a second and ground ourselves. Go meet up with them, and
I kind of feel like I'm gonna throw up.
we're gonna go. All right, guys. Lexi's not feeling good. We're gonna go outside for a minute.
I think I'm gonna need you to like legitimately help me down the stairs.
Okay. We're gonna go downstairs for a minute, guys. We're gonna leave our stuff in here because we just want to. That's me. Come here. Yeah. It's interesting because I moved this around the room and it's constantly on a 0.5 right in front of that key. And at 0.6.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that key is not cool.
So we'll go down here and then we'll come back up and get the stuff from the dark room in a sec.
Maybe she's okay.
She'll be okay. Like I said, she's just sensitive, so she's gonna she feels that stuff way more than I do. Not even like even before we like did any type of ghost hunting and stuff, like she's had experiences like that, you know?
Yeah, some people just have that natural thing. And
Yeah, she's just like sensitive and open. So. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the vibe is awesome here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely.
It's cold as shit up here.
Yeah, it is. Really cold. What the hell?
Yeah, it's not normal. I actually got the goosebumps off that shit.
Really?
Yeah, that's cold.
Oh, man. All right.
Yeah, it seems like it's not that cold.
I know, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I got goosebumps, and I got like cold chills.
Oh. With peace and love, nothing is allowed to follow us or harm us. You must stay here with your objects.
Stay with your objects and protect your objects, please.
Yes. Thank you for communicating with us, though. All right. Put this in here.
Yeah, that's cold.
That was super cold, man.
Damn. I still got goosebumps.
Yeah. It was like frigid. It was like, that had to have been like 50, dude, in there. ACs don't even go that low.
No, they go like 68, 65.
Yeah, that, I think the lowest I've ever seen is 65 or 4.
Or something.
Yeah.
That's cold.
That was like mid-50s.
Yeah,
like, you can tell.
That gave me some freaking chills, actually. I'm fucking still cold from it.
Holy shit, homie.
Editing Nunzi here, guys. I just want to let you know I'm literally finishing up the Gettysburg video about the Haunted Objects Museum. This is all the footage from our trip to the USS North Carolina and Gettysburg on our full spectrum camera. So if you notice, if I click on this, it shows the video from the Baltimore Street apartment that we went to before we went to this. And then if you notice, the next one is corrupt. I cannot open it. The next one after that is the last few seconds of us going to retrieve the camera from the Haunted Objects Museum. So that just shows you something corrupted the footage in that room, which is really odd. And I think the oddest thing about it all is it kind of started at the end of the Baltimore Street apartment, because our camera cut out as we came down the stairs. It kept recording audio, but it didn't record video. It's almost like whatever was in the dark object room at the museum knew we were coming and messed with our camera there. Because then when we got here, this was recording. You can see the file. Look, this is the file. Try and open it. It cannot be opened. It is corrupt. That is the file. And I put that down and let it record and came back, and it, oddly enough, started recording like 30 seconds before we entered the room. It's almost like whatever was in that room was saying, you don't get to see what goes on in this room unless you're in here. Very creepy stuff.
Lexi's in the car because she had a pretty weird experience. She felt like she's going to throw up and pass out. So me and our guide went up to go retrieve all of our items from the dark room, which we never even stepped foot in besides to put the items down. And when we went in there, it was like legit like 50 degrees. The AC's on, but like
Freezing.
Yeah, super freezing. So that's the coldest room I've ever been in. That was why you got chills, and he's here all the time. So, but we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna go into the car. We'll do a little outro, make sure Lexi's okay. But this place is wild. Like, my chest is feeling heavy now. I can feel it in here, man. This is weird. So let's get out of here.
Wow, feeling.
I'm on the phone with
You're on the phone with Mom?
Yeah.
So we went back up there to get this out of the room. Dude, we stepped foot in that haunted, dark room. Legit, he got chills immediately. It's like 50 degrees in there.
Are you kidding?
Like, it is cold. The coldest room I've ever been in. It felt like winter.
I've never felt that cold.
Really?
Yeah, it's cold. That gave me goosebumps.
I almost feel like it like fed off of me. I need my support penguin. I need Flip. So I don't even know what to even say.
So obviously we're not at the Haunted Objects Museum right now.
No.
We left there.
Yeah.
We had Lexi got some weird vibes.
It was really bad. I mean, I'm sure you've already seen it in the video. I was like super disoriented, like, you know, the whole night, but especially in that.
Yeah, the whole night was really overwhelming.
It was, and I couldn't be in that space.
We were only in there for like 15 minutes. and we had to leave.
I was like so overstimulated. I felt the energy of every single
Item in there.
item, and we didn't even go. I never walked into the haunted objects room,
You
and
mean she means the dark room. There's a specific room with all the darkest objects.
yeah,
And we were kind of talking about this a little bit on the car ride home. It's like Lexi's, open, empathetic. Being in a building like that with so many charged items, with so much attached to them and so much energy.
yeah. On top
Not
of
to
a
mention
battlefield.
being on a battlefield where 50,000 people lost their lives
Yeah,
is just way too much for your openness to handle, especially because you're still new at this.
yeah. I don't think that we've ever encountered something that dark. And
Until
I
then.
don't know. I thought I knew what darkness felt like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That
And
place
then
is
we
dark.
walked in there.
Yeah, that place is really dark.
And so.
And to be honestly, I'll be like super honest too. Like I'm a big fan of Colin and the Paranormal Files, and I was still a little skeptical walking in there, even though they had a really dark experience. And
Yeah.
after being in there and feeling the energy in there, I believe them 1,000%. It wasn't that I didn't
Yeah.
believe them before, but like I just didn't know if what exactly happened to him, because it wasn't like it was a personal experience of theirs. So you just
Right.
really don't know. Like you can watch it, it can feel scary through the screen, but until you get in there and feel the vibe yourself, you just really can't
Yeah.
confirm that. Yeah, Lexi had to leave after that. You felt like you were gonna throw up.
Yeah,
You were like
there
shaking
was-
back and forth.
Well, we were trying like not to touch anything. I thought if I give them any of this fear, like
They'll feed off it.
they'll feed off of it, and I just
I think they eventually did too, a little bit, and that's
They
kind of
did.
what scared us out of there. And I had to. That's the first time I've ever had to hold your hand to get you out and help you down the
Yeah.
stairs. Like that's how
I was scared
disoriented-
I was gonna pass out and literally
throw
hit
up.
and throw up and hit a haunted object. I was like, you know what? I can pass out and I can throw up, and I'll be like, I would not be embarrassed about that.
but not.
But
in here.
I cannot touch anything in here, and
Yeah.
it was like this tiny room.
Tiny room.
And it was the scariest thing. I was like, I don't even know if I can stand up right now. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know if I could leave, which was even
Scarier.
scarier. And Nick was like, do you want to leave? And I was just like, I'm okay. Because
Didn't want to
in
move.
the back of my mind, I'm like, if I
stand
move.
up and pass out and touch this.
Yeah, I was like, Nick, please don't let me touch anything. And he like literally grabbed my hand and like helped me out. Once I got to the stairs, I felt a little bit better, and I just held on to the rail, and Nick was behind me.
Which was weird, and this is kind of why I think now there's definitely something dark in that building, but like for the most part when we were in that room, we were okay at 1st, and then I think like all of that energy kind of built up and got too much for you, and then almost like they probably smelled the fear,
Yeah.
and it, like whatever's
And
dark
to be
there.
fair, they keep the dark objects and the cursed objects behind these black curtains.
And we lifted it up to put our camera back there.
We lifted it up and we kept it up to put our camera back there.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we didn't actually touch the curtain.
No, we didn't touch the curtain.
And
I
we
put a
did-
camera down, put 2 cat balls down, didn't touch anything in the room. I picked them up and left. That place is fucked up, and there's definitely dark shit there. And
I didn't know how far I thought darkness went.
that's a dark spot. We'll never be there again.
I will never go back.
We first of all, I forgot to mention this. We were gonna go back. We have the Farnsworth house tonight. We rented the room. We
Yeah.
still have stuff in the room. We have to go back. We have to turn around and go wake up in like 5 hours to go back there to give them their key and check out.
And we're probably gonna try to finish our investigation
'cause
because
we-
we actually did get quite a good
Yeah,
bit
we
of
actually had a really good time in the Farnsworth house. We got some really solid evidence, and we were planning on going back and like kind of like almost making an all-nighter of it. We really were, but the Haunted Objects Museum made it so bad that we were like, you know what, we don't need any more of this tonight.
And then it got really, really bad, and this is the part that you guys didn't get to see on camera. We always, do our protection before we walk in. And when we get in the car and we leave, and we're reciting it, and I'm like normally Dustin's in the driver's seat,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm in the driver's seat, and Nick is like finishing it, and I was like, I need to get the out of here, and I sped the off.
She literally like peeled out.
I peeled out,
And she's just got tears streaming down her face.
I
And
couldn't breathe.
I was like, calm down, breathe, calm down. We've left. You're okay.
But then when I got to the green light, like once I
stopped
was
at a
block,
green light.
I did stop at a green light because I was like, I just needed to be out of the vicinity
Of that house.
of the house, because I felt like the thing about objects, though, I feel like they're at their most potent, obviously, the closer that you are to them.
Mhm.
And so I just felt like if I stay here another minute, I am not going to be okay to drive home.
Yeah.
And I just peeled out. I went slow the rest of the time,
Yeah,
basically
we were being
like
super
under the
safe
speed
because
limit.
you were like distraught.
Yeah.
You were distraught.
And it was the most intense experience I think I've ever had. I think I would I'm gonna cry saying this. It was like literally the scariest night of my life. And I don't say that lightly.
We've been in really scary places.
We've been in literally like one of the most haunted places on the East Coast, like Penhurst.
in the world, really.
I got grabbed there.
And we returned, and
And I went back to where I got grabbed. It felt different.
Yeah, it's different.
And I feel like now I will be, this was like a good learning experience because I'll be able to distinguish darkness
From normal
from
spirits. and
normal.
stuff.
Like,
yeah.
not saying that there's not dark stuff at Penhurst, because I'm sure that there's dark stuff
Probably pretty much
everywhere. To what extent?
yeah, to
that
some
doesn't
extent.
that doesn't mean the D word. That doesn't. It just means like they're an angry spirit or whatever.
I mean, we don't know. Could be. We just don't. We don't know. We don't dabble in that stuff too much. But it was definitely the darkest thing we've ever dealt with.
I don't know what I was like. I need Dustin. I need to go. I was like, I need to go home, like all the way home. I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. That is the point that I was at in the car.
Yeah, it was rough.
I genuinely, for a moment, and I didn't say this to you, I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. That's how terrified I just was. Even in the car, said like, I don't even have words for what just happened. And you guys know that we were really, really stunned after the USS North Carolina. It seems like actually everywhere we go without Dustin.
Yeah, the vibe without Dustin is different. I have to be Lexi's protector. Which makes me less aware of my surroundings. Because usually when Lexi's not feeling right, Dustin is there to make sure she's okay. And I'm kind of like more of a curious eye and like
It's
trying
like
to debunk
I'm the
and like.
compass, and then you follow the compass.
Yeah, exactly. Lexi
And
points me in a direction and
Dustin
I go.
makes sure that
the compass
he's like
doesn't
holding
break.
the compass.
Yeah, that's actually a good
Yeah.
analogy. Is like you're the compass, Dustin's holding the compass to make sure it doesn't drop and break.
Yeah.
And once the compass tells me where to go, I'm like following noises. I'm like
Yeah.
asking questions. I'm like really getting into the nitty gritty of like trying to figure out who we're speaking with and getting all these crazy activity. But when it's just us two, it's like I have to protect my sister.
Yeah.
And that's
and I think here.
yeah.
And it's weird. I feel like I almost feel like it's happened to where like something is trying to protect Dustin from like
From the weird shit.
darkness.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe because he's just like so
He's
pure.
just so pure. He's such a pure heart.
Yeah, but we really miss you.
Yeah, we're gonna do crust and breads in the chat. Can we
Yeah.
look underneath? First of all, underneath this, put "We heart you, Lexi, for going through this," and then I need you to put some breads for
Yeah.
Dustin. For Crustin.
And you
Don't
can
worry
put-
about me.
Put some big toes in the chat for Nick.
Why the?
I don't know.
Okay.
Please subscribe.
Yeah, please. Lexi's out here torturing herself in these streets.
I'm not kidding. That was the worst, probably like night. Like, besides the night that Dad died, that was the worst night of my life.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't like it at all.
And we didn't actually like the vibe of absolutely any place that we went into.
No.
Like, they
And we'll go
felt-
over that more tomorrow. There's
Yeah.
like different reasons for each place. But like I think one thing we learned, and we'll talk. Like I said, we'll touch more on tomorrow. Is like the kind of places we like to investigate and our vibe as a group. So
Anyway, I'm gonna.
we're gonna try and get some sleep. But like I said, we love you guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. Even though we kind of were a little bit of pussies this these last couple investigations, this first Gettysburg one was it was weird, dude.
It was
weird vibes. So,
yeah.
but
Anyway,
yeah,
we'll see you guys next week.
yeah, we will see you guys next week. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit more upbeat. All right, we love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.